Further south, Zambia has barely recovered from a devastating drought that it experienced back in 2015, as on prolonged dry spells and poor rainfall distribution shortened the growing season there. The stalled recovery is then being compounded by the effects of climate change, particularly as far as aquaculture is concerned. CGTN's Clonela Lupuana visited a fishing community in the Siavonga district and reports on how fishermen in the area are trying to deal with the damage from climate change.
This is Lake Kariba, a once bustling and rich stretch of water for fishermen who live in the Siavonga district located in Zambia's southern province. Some of these men have been fishing here for as long as 10 years and say up until a few years ago, the lake was more than enough to feed their families. But climate change has had a devastating effect on the livelihoods of this community that depends on the lake to put food on the table. In the past 3 years, water levels at Lake Kariba have receded at about 300 to 400 meters, making it very difficult for fishermen here to make any good catches. It means they now have to travel farther and deeper into the waters, which can also be very dangerous.
The changes from when I started fishing 10 years ago. The challenge I'm facing now is that the water levels have gone down. As a result, there are no more fish because there are no good rains.
The problem is that the water levels have gone down. As a result, we don't catch enough fish, and the rains were not enough.
The fishermen here aren't the only ones raising alarm about decreasing water levels and scarce rainfall.
We usually buy fish from here, but now there's no water. There's no fish because water has receded. We can't even sell. Things are really bad. There's hunger. We can't even plow maize. When water was enough, fishermen would bring fish and business was booming.
We try by all means to find food in the gardens so we can buy a small bag of mealie meal. We've suffered enough in terms of finding food.
Those challenges have prompted pioneers in the sector to step in with new ways to mitigate the effects of climate change and empower this fishing community. One of them is this fish farm situated more than a kilometer away from Lake Kariba. It houses 54 fish ponds using water pumped from the lake. They have also supplied 9 fish cages designed to help catch a good stock of fish.
We started with some fish cages which are stationed on Lake Kariba, a man-made lake, one of the biggest lakes in Africa. Yes, and then it extended to the land here where we are doing the fingerling production of a species called Tilapia niloticus. Yes, please. So we are into various activities. Apart from the fingerling production, we also have a grow out where we have 9 fish cages on the lake. And then we also have a vegetable production area where we are producing our own vegetables because we actually releasing a lot of water. We are trying to put that water to good use so that somehow we benefit where nutrition is concerned.
Leaders in aquaculture are now calling on the government to spearhead regulations that will help revive the sector, the private sector to fast-track innovations that will tackle climate change, and the general public to do more to protect the environment. Clonela Lupuana, Lake Kariba in the Siavonga district, Zambia.